A major urban renewal project that will restore the aesthetic of Falomo, the commercial suburb of Ikoyi in Lagos, has been flagged off by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He says government is constructing Falomo Towers, a sky-high real estate that will provide more homes for the people of Lagos.
The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, is making giant strides in a bid to change the face of the nation's commercial nerve center. This time, Governor Sanwo-Olu is remodeling the former Falomo shopping complex to a sky-high real estate that will enhance the socio-economic outlook of the neighborhood. The State Development and Property Corporation will handle the project alongside Afriland Properties PLC to improve the aesthetics of the Ikoyi area.
Here used to stand the then ultra-modern Falomo shopping complex, developed and managed by LSDPC. The complex was a haven for the middle and upper class shoppers who visited to purchase their daily needs. In addition, it also housed banks and offices for mostly professional practices and some SMEs. Over 40 years down the line, the corporation, in its decision to renew some of its facilities, had deemed it fit to redevelop the complex, taking into consideration the realities of today's needs as well as the environmental impact. This in turn has informed the decision to build residential apartments to provide additional accommodation to the growing middle class, business professionals, and the swelling rank of the upwardly mobile citizens of the state.
Through our long-term investment in real estate, we will create employment, economic prosperity, and social wealth that will transform Ikoyi, Lagos, transform Nigeria, and transform the African continent.
Afriland Properties PLC is a subsidiary of Hares Holdings, owned by former entrepreneur and banker Mr. Tony Elumelu. He's excited about the partnership with the Lagos State government to construct the Falomo iconic towers.
We believe that the development of our continent, our country, lies to a large extent in the hands of private sector. But for private sector to do well, our political leadership must create the right environment. When this journey started, we had usual disagreement, but the governor, when he took over, he said we must make progress. And one day, I got a call from another leader who said, we need to bring back this iconic development to Lagos and Nigeria's people. So I want to say thank you to the governor and thank you for other leaders who believe in the power of private sector to develop our country.
Falomo Towers will be developed on 11,950 square meters of land that will offer more accommodation for residents.
Falomo has a lot of history behind it. The name, the location, where it sits in Lagos, where it sits in Ikoyi, has decades of history behind it. And so for us to be bringing back the old name, the old glory, the old ambience that we all grew up to know, I think it's very, very phenomenal, and it's an history that we should not forget. And like they've said, with the best of intentions, good intentions also has its own time before it nurtures. I was privileged to be the MD of LSCPC when we all started this almost 10 years ago. And, it's interesting, looking at Uzo, looking at Mrs. Abdurazak, we've all gone through arbitration. We've all fought ourselves. But each time we know that we shouldn't throw a wrong punch because we all agree that this is something that we should be doing. And like the chairman rightly said, you don't start a fight and believe that you cannot have an handshake. And I think people need to understand and live with that experience. And I want to thank first everyone, from the chairman of Hares Holdings, Mr. Tony Elumelu, for putting together the financial package that will make sure that this thing succeeds. The monies that we're going to be spending here is a lot more now than what was thought of then. But it is also a bigger transaction that speaks to the reality of today. A lot of our youth, a lot of our young people, like I can see all these beautiful ladies, they need accommodation. and they want to have the accommodation in the heart, in the center of where they all grew up. This is for you. So you start saving for Falomo Towers. You start saving for Falomo Heights, because it will be a place where all of you will be truly, truly proud of. 1 bed, 2 bed, 3 bed. It speaks to the reality of the young people of today. And it speaks to the reality of the middle class of today. And it speaks also to the reality of upper middle class that want to live in a space like this. And to also speak to the very, very old owners of Falomo Shopping Center. We've also said that it is inclusiveness, it's a sustainable development that we're doing, and everybody will also have a pie, have a part of it.
To the glory of God and to the benefit of mankind.
The turning of sod marks the beginning of the project, which is expected to be completed in 30 months.